So this is happening. Apparently there's going to be a tidal surge. So what's the guy going to do? Well, I'm actually going to go out and see if I can find where the flooding's happening. Well, the tides are in fact pretty high. They've got a coastal flood watch, and it's on. I've never seen this area with water in it, even on a high tide. There's like a foot surge or something like that, according to the weather. But as we walk down here, there is it's almost to the road, almost all the way up to the road. It's the peak of high tide, 117 right now. It's made it on the road. I don't think it's gonna go much further. But you could see how if they had a hurricane over here and a tidal surge of like 8 foot, like I saw in Corpus Christi, Texas, how this little causeway right here would be pretty, it would get covered up. So you can see it's coming up on the road. I mean, it's not all that bad, but if this was a tidal surge, it's already on the road there. If this was a tidal surge, or if we had more of a tidal surge, you'd, I mean, you can look how much road there is left. This has been raised a little bit, but it's kind of neat that the tide is up this high. It appears here that the tide is still coming in. It's filling up this little lagoon area from the ocean over here. That's the Atlantic out there. But you can clearly see that the sediment is still filling up this area over here. So maybe the tide still is coming in. You can clearly see here how the this is Ray's Lobster House, and you can see how in the parking lot the tide has actually come up into the parking spaces. It's pretty neat. Tide's that high. Here there's a drain in the local state park, actually flooding the parking lot out. And you can see how a hurricane in this place would, I mean, if you had, this is only a foot tidal surge. It's a drain right about there. So the water level has surpassed the low part of the parking lot. So this is that area we came the other day to take the little hike, and the Park Service just informed me they're back over here. Park Service just informed me that the trail's closed, and if you look back over there, you can see that the trail's got water on it. See at the end of the trail there. So, I mean, it is high. She also informed me that this park typically washes out at least 3 times a year. Tide is starting to reside right now. You can just tell by that gangplank right there how tall it was. I mean, the water's coming right up into the park. Typically this is a boat launch, and you go between those 2 rocks and the boat launch is down there, but you can clearly see that the tide has come in way beyond the boat launch. So the tide is going out. You can see the water was up to there at one point in time, but really neat actually. There's no storms in the area or anything like that. It just has to do with lunar pull and a little bit of a surge off of a hurricane down south or something. This is the Newcastle State Park that we came out to before on that rainy day, and this tide is so high. It's right up against these rocks. And as I get up here a little more, I'll be able to look at the lighthouse. It's actually almost completely surrounded by water, obviously. Then we come out to that little pier. The water's actually coming up on it. See how high it is on that house up there. Ah, got wet.